Are you ready? Have you got what it takes? Are you good at circus tricks? Do you have a fetish for hairspray? Do you like lying and deceiving your friends and family and the general public? Are you a natural pantomime performer? If you answered yes to all those questions, then please, NASA would love to hear from you. Hollywood movie star Morgan Freeman is going to get this recruitment drive for NASA started. You cannot make this silliness up, I tell you. Morgan, what's happening, bud?
Hello, beautiful Earth. Picture yourself in space, contributing to a new chapter
Of bullshit.
of human exploration as a NASA astronaut.
Ridiculous.
NASA is not just looking for the required skills to fly. It's looking for more than that.
Any dishonest thespians out there with a fetish for hairspray? Give NASA a shout. You tick quite a few boxes.
The spark, your passion, and your belief that the sky is not the limit.
That's the bit that gets me. Brainwashing the kids into believing reality is exactly the opposite to what can be tested and verified by all.
What's your dream?
I'll tell you what my dream is, Morgan. For people to wake up out of their mainstream stupor and to see the fact we've been lied to on a massive scale. Even you yourself, Morgan, are contributing by trying to recruit here. But I find it ironic that you're a Hollywood actor. You're supposedly recruiting for space, but for all the demonstrable realists on this earth will know for a fact that you're recruiting for another Hollywood actor. This time on a bigger stage, the space pantomime circuit. It's ridiculous. So my dream is for people to wake up and see the games at play here and the fact we've been lied to. The structure that is our reality now is no good. People are warring, fighting, arguing with each other, claiming reality is exactly the opposite, tested and verified by all. People getting blown up left, right, and center. It's ridiculous. All you need to do to end all of that is put aside any bias to any map, model, any theory, and just stand by scientific references, practical stuff we can all test and verify. You prove that every government's lying, and as a result, put an end to these wars through awareness of the lie. And people will realize, hang on a minute, why am I fighting for a government that's lying? Not only that, the other government, the other country we're fighting, their government's in on this lie that I'm fighting against. When the penny drops, the game is up. So my dream is for people to stand by the science we can test and verify for ourselves, put aside their ego, put aside their bias, stand by what is, and end this dark pantomime we all find ourselves in. That's my dream. It needs to be animation to represent space. Animation, augmented reality, firework displays, hairspray fetishes, pantomime performances, space props, daft stories, over-the-top music, Hollywood actors.
To make history, the universe is calling.
The pantomime is calling. Desperate times require desperate measures. Folks, if you're not highlighting what's going on here to people around you, you really need to. Don't mess about. Stand by practical references and highlight the fact based on demonstrable reality. Space in the way it's presented to us is impossible. Vacuums, craft going around a ball in a sphere, this spherical ball in a vacuum, hurtling around it doing ludicrous speeds. All of it's just ridiculous stories to bewilder, baffle people who haven't got the confidence to stand up and go, look, you're talking utter nonsense, lads. Where's the practicality to back up your stories? You haven't got any. Therefore, it's just stories, firework displays. This has to end. Has to come to an end. The globe is impossible. It cannot be proven. So this has to end one way or another. If you're a globe believer and you're still choosing to believe it, I don't really know what to say to you guys. You're going to hate on me, naturally. You do. A lot of you people do, because of the online representation you get through your globe priests that do lots of videos about me, lie and misrepresent, make money from those lies and misrepresentations, provide no practicality to refute me, just attempt to defend ridiculous space performances, which essentially is prop, CGI and all the other tosh. It's so ridiculous and so embarrassing. I had a conversation with someone the other day who was a full-blown globe believer, and we sort of touched on the subject of flat earth, and I put that totally aside and just said I put all that nonsense aside, and I cited some practical references: plumb bobs, tower cranes, the behaviour of water, essentially large standing bodies of water, and the air pressure system residing next to a vacuum would require solid separation based on all demonstrations involving vacuum chambers. The instant defense mechanism was gravity, but when I highlighted then gravity can be overcome by a gentle breeze, this man worked on a building site, so he's often looking up at the crane and seeing the crane sway and the block move in the wind. Once I stated that whatever is at play there with gravity, all right, not entertaining the heliocentric stories, just saying the way reality presents itself to us, whatever goes on with our vectors isn't man enough to make the globe earth theory a reality, because it can be overcome, whatever's going on, by a gentle breeze. When I broke that down for the fella, the penny not only dropped, it hit heavy, I'll tell ya. And I just left it at that. The guy now realizes the silliness of the globe earth theory. He's still having to overcome knee-jerk, ego-driven responses that have been instilled in him by culture and the education system. But with this new understanding and this new way of looking at things, he's looking at himself better now. And when he's looking at himself and basically analysing, why am I feeling like that to this certain subject and certain things, and why am I reacting like that? It's kind of losing some of its clout just through awareness. And as a result, he's owning these knee-jerk reactions and seeing the bigger picture at play now by removing the ego and removing the biases. Strip the subject bare, don't entertain anything that you can't prove, and the penny will drop. Bingo. Have a good one, everyone.